Hi, welcome. We're here with Ryan and Alex. Welcome. Thank you guys for joining us. So tell us who you are and a little bit about yourselves.
I'm Alex Lamont. I do the audio and music side for Beige Fun, and I am 21 years old. I graduated the community college here in Arizona in music business, and I've never looked back. I'm not a big fan of college. I like doing things myself, DIY, moving at my own speed, which is pretty fast, I'd like to say. I work at a coffee shop, just helping out regulars, talking with people, learning from them. I'm very, very interested in learning things that I do not know. I'm a big reader. I like talking about controversial things with friends, like God, religion, things that I think we should all be talking about more and contemplating with ourselves and our peers more often.
My name is Ryan Haggard, and I do the video and visual side of Beige Fun. I have lived in Gilbert my entire life, and Gilbert, Arizona. That's where Alex and I base out of. I went to high school here, and honestly, I have, since I was little, had a burning passion for film and expressing through a lens, and it's something that I reside very deeply in me.
All right, so let's just start right away. I mean, what made you guys want to be filmmakers? How did that happen?
When I was little, my dad had a VHS camera, and I'm 22 years old, by the way. And so I would play this game called Webkins with these little icons and these little animals. Those who know. And I made a movie with the stuffed animals, and I was proud of it for years. And I watched it back a couple years ago. I made it when I was maybe like seven or eight. I realized that I had completely copied the plot to Madagascar, the movie with Chris Rock and stuff. But yeah, and ever since then, I've wanted to do film. And in high school, I did film classes. Right now, I currently go to Scottsdale Community College, where I am studying film. And yeah, I've never looked back.
I wanted to become a filmmaker because I don't know, it kind of happened a little weird. The way that Beige Fun started was I was making I like to make music in my bedroom, and I started doing this real seriously around 16. So it's been 5 years now. And when we graduated high school, me and Ryan went to the same high school. And when we graduated, we finally became friends because we hadn't talked a whole lot in high school. But we got into this film group called Imbue Vert, and we did a political debate between two kids in our graduating class.
Which was 2020, by the way.
2020. So we didn't get a graduating, video or whatever. So we did this for the class, and we had this really right-wing Republican guy and this really left-wing liberal woman in our graduating class that would fight all over social media. There was a class. It was very entertaining for us 2020 kids at our high school. So I decided let's put these folks down in front of a camera and have them talk about politics since they know so much. I mediated it. He worked the cameras. And this film group put together some commercials for it, made it a whole big ordeal for this graduating class. And then after that group subsided, me and him decided to break off and do our own thing. I told him I had some music I wanted to shoot a video for to advertise. I was originally making beats for rappers. And I was like, I want to advertise these beats in a way that's different. The most common way right now, Dennis, for people to advertise beats is to put a picture up on YouTube that bumps up and down. I was like, Ryan, let's do a video for it. Let's do a video for a beat. Give it some more context, some more visual imagery in people's heads. And he's like, yeah, I'm down. So we've been doing that ever since. And I kind of just hopped into the filmmaking thing with him, but it's majority him. Ryan's the filmmaker side of everything.
Okay, great. So you already answered how long you've been doing this, but how many films do you think you guys have made together?
Let's see. Molly, Nihilism, Needy, Forget Box, Week Fun on the Floor. 5.
That's a lot. Good for your age. So what did your friends and family say? I guess particularly your family, when you said, hi, we're going to make movies, they say, only after you get a degree in engineering, or no, only after if you have a full-time job. What was their answer?
My family has always been extremely supportive of my choice to go down the path of film. Never once in my life have I ever felt doubt from a family member that what I'm doing is the wrong thing. And that kind of energy around me forces me to do better every single day with that kind of support. So I don't know, I'm very grateful to have a surrounding family that is as supportive as mine is, but yeah.
That's great.
I don't know. I think I never really told them that I was doing. I just said I was gonna make a few videos. I was gonna do stuff for a song I made. My parents never really looked too far into it. It's kind of just a casual thing you bring up in passing. In my home, they're supportive, absolutely supportive, but it's just not something we talked about too much. They see it's continuing on for quite some time now, so they are progressively, asking a few more questions, how things are going, stuff like that. But then no hesitation, no reluctancy from them. They just said I had to, get a job and support myself. So.
And my mom would like me to graduate college, by the way. She absolutely would.
So do you have a support group do you have like a tribe, a support group, a village of filmmakers, artists out where you are?
I think Ryan's definitely got a couple of kids he went to he's going to college with that he does film. I don't we had a couple of friends that we worked with, collaborating with on music and video and stuff, but I would say I think I can speak for Ryan too. I think the most supportive tribe that Ryan and I have is each other. I mean, Ryan and I are on the same page on almost everything. And if we're on a different page, then it's the most exciting, interesting page I've ever seen in my life. And we eventually merge pages to make it one beautiful chapter in this book of ours.
So what made you decide to make this film? How did that come about?
We had finished a video where we traveled to Eugene, Oregon, and we had shot what we like to call visualettes, which are, I don't know if you explained this earlier or not, but they're roughly sometimes like 5-7 minutes of a song that is created by Alex and I, and then we put a painting on top of it, and we shoot what we feel the song tells us to shoot, if that makes any sense.
So in our spare time in between making films, we try to get our name out within the Arizona scene by doing live video work for local bands. It's a good way to advertise our skills and to meet people who are doing kind of the same thing, starting a musician's career. And we met these folks, part of a group, a little small record label called Mellow Toad. And they asked us to be a part of a collaborative album with a bunch of Arizona musicians. And we said yes. I didn't have a song to submit, so I was like, what am I going to do? So we sat together and wrote What You'll Find in the Forest in a week in my bedroom. All instruments were played by us in my room with one microphone, real DIY stuff, tried to shine it up as best we could and submitted it to them. They loved it, put it on the album, and it's great. And so we're like, this is a good song. Let's shoot a video for it. And we went and brainstormed and talked about it with each other, had some real good sessions at night, and found an Airbnb, met a wonderful guy there who runs the Airbnb, who helped us out. He's actually the hands in the video. If anybody remembers that shot, the old man Hands was the guy who owned the property. So,
and he's still a part of our life today. He's very influential on us, and he supports us very much. He's a great man.
We're lucky to have his mind to pick from time to time.
Great, that's awesome. Like I said, you guys are lucky in a lot of ways. All right, so what was this film? What was the hardest part, and what was the most fun part of making this film?
They're the same thing. The hardest part was filming. Filming is the worst part, I think, and not the worst, but it's the most grueling part of our process, and I'm sure other filmmakers as well. You're out there shooting all day and you're standing all day. You're doing things that are dirty or uncomfortable. You're on unhealthy sleep schedules, unhealthy eating schedules.
It's stressful.
It's stressful, yeah. But
Yeah.
that's the funnest part. I think if you're not, damn near dying while you're doing it, then why are you doing it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's yeah.
Okay. That sounds like you guys are doing great. All right, so like when you're done, this is, I guess, to both of you, when you're done with a piece, are you the type of artist that sits there and goes, okay, I'm done with that. That's my child is out in the world, it's gone. And I hope it does well. And if I see any mistakes, I'm just going to know them for the next project. Or you always look at what you've done and say, someday I'm going to redo that and make it better. What type are you?
I believe that when our films are put out into the world, they stay as they are meant to be. I don't think that I will ever recreate one of the films that we have created ever again. The way they came out is beautiful, and that's the way that they were supposed to be shown. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it shows where we were at, and I think that it just shows the rawness of it, and like the real like DIY, like just starting out young adults making random stuff that looks cool and feels cool and means something wonderful.
So in the indie film world, we all know we're not going to make enough money to buy mansions and private jets. So what does success look like to you? What does success look and sound?
I think success would have to boil down to whether or not we feel good about what we've done. Me and Ryan, when we shot What You'll Find in the Forest, got back from the first trip. We drove 12 hours there, packed car, drove 12 hours back, packed car.
The Nissan Altima.
And a Nissan Altima. And we sat down, put all the clips together, arranged them how we thought that the story would be told best. And we realized that we messed up a shot. I didn't put my hand in the right spot, and
it destroyed continuity.
It just didn't look good.
Yeah.
It didn't look good. So we went back, and it's that type of feeling that I would not feel like we succeeded on that film had we not gone back and made it perfect. Perfect in quotation marks. Nothing's ever perfect, but if it's not told the way that we want it to be told in a loose sense, things are going to get interpreted however they're going to be interpreted. Then we're not happy with it, and we want things to be as personal and raw to us as possible, because that's the only way it's going to resonate to you, Dennis. If it's not personal to us, you're not going to find anything in it that you relate to at all. So if that makes sense, I kind of bounced around a little bit.
Yeah, that was great. Actually, you guys sound very together and stuff. And how much do that?
The way that Alex and I work and push for Beige Fun is a very common goal, and I absolutely believe that.
All right, last question. So somebody comes along and goes, hey, Uncle Ryan, hey, Uncle Alex, I'm going to be a filmmaker just like you. What would you say? What would be your conversation with that person?
I would say I'm very proud of you. I think that would be incredible, and I would tell them to go for it, and to not have doubts about your film.
Yeah, I would tell them pretty something similar. I'd probably sit them down and have a eye-to-eye contact, like real deep conversation with them. I think that something that I've learned from creating art in general, not just film, is that it's probably the only way that is the only thing that you're going to be able to do that's going to tell you more about yourself, other than looking in the mirror and seeing what you look like. And so I would tell them, if you want to figure out who you are and how you respond to things, you need to get yourself out there in an expressive sense. And I would say, don't stop. If you love it, don't stop. I mean, literally, I told Ryan, me and him would work 9 to 5 jobs, dead end jobs, minimum wage, if it meant we could do this for the rest of our lives. We're not doing this for the money. Me and Ryan are so interested in seeing what this human thing is. Does that make sense, Dennis? I mean, it's existential.
Yes, totally. That is what indie films are all about.
Yes, sir.
All right, so the film is called What You Will Find in the Forest. It's going to be shown at the New York City Independent Film Festival, and we hope to see you there. And thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us.